Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We've been working on fractions to decimals, decimals to fractions, and also decimals to percents and percents to decimals. The one thing we haven't done is we haven't shown you how to do fractions to percents. And that's because it honestly takes 2 steps, and so we're just going to put it all together in this video. This is graphic organizer number 4, side 1. You're going to have to go get that right now. It doesn't say it. Go get graphic organizer number 4, side 1. I'm going to show you how to do these. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do a few together, and then your exit ticket is going to be you do the rest. So, if we remember correctly, 1/4 is a fraction. The first thing we need to do is change that to a decimal. Well, 1/4, we simply, if we change a fraction to a decimal, we divide. So we put 1 on the inside, and we put 4 on the outside. 4 can't go into 1, so we add a decimal and a 0. 4 goes into 10 2 times. 2 times 4 is 8. We subtract, we get 2. And we add a 0. Okay, 4 goes into 20 5 times. 4 times 5 is 20. We subtract, we get 0. We're done. So our decimal is 0.25. Now, we also need to do the percent. How do we change a decimal to a percent? Well, if we remember correctly there, we simply move our decimal 2 places to the right. So we'll move it 2 places to the right, which gives us 25. The decimal can go away because there's no number after it, and you have to add the percent sign. So it's just 25%. Okay, that's number 1. Okay, the second one, we're going to start with 8/10. Wait a minute, that was what? 8/10. Yes, you remember, all you have to do is read it correctly. 8/10. But remember, I have to simplify my fraction. Both of those can be divided by 2. So if you divide 8 by 2, it's 4, and 10 by 2 is 5. Our answer is 4/5. Okay, now, we also need to change that decimal to a percent. If you remember, it's very simple. Okay. Your decimal to your percent, all you need to do is move it 2 places to the right. Well, there's only one. What do we do? Well, if you remember from the video, you still got to move it 2 places. You add your 0, right? You would add your 0, which gives you 80, and you add the percent sign. So it's 80%. So I'm going to go ahead and erase those things. Oops, didn't need to erase all that. Let's go back. We just need to erase it from this one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what about this percent? Well, this percent is 425%. That's the same thing as adding our decimal. Okay? And if we're going to convert our percent back to a decimal, all we simply do is put our decimal there, move it 2 places to the left. Remember, the decimal's not in sight, it's on the right. You go ahead and do that, and that's going to give us 4 and 25 hundredths. Wait a minute, 4 and 25 hundredths as a fraction, that's 4 and 25 hundredths. But we need to simplify it. And if you know that, 25 and 100 can both be divided by 25. They're quarters, man. It's like money. How many quarters are in 25? Well, 1, and in 100, that's 4. It's 4 and 1/4. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, we got just a couple more to go. 2 and 3/5. Ooh, how do we change that to a decimal? Well, 2 and 3/5 is interesting because, remember, we need to use division. So, 2 and 3/5, first thing I'm going to do is convert it to an improper fraction. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 3 is 13. So let's put 13 on the inside and 5 on the outside. 5 goes into 13 2 times. 2 times 5 is 10. Subtract, we get a 3. Ooh, I can't have a remainder because it just gives me a fraction again. Add my decimal and a 0. Add my decimal to the top. Bring it down. 5 goes into 36 times. 6 times 5 is 30. And ooh, we're done. Our answer is 2 and 6/10. Now, we need to change that to a percent. Well, remember, we need to move our decimal 2 places to the right. So all I would simply do, is if I had that one there, is I would take this and move 2 places. Wait a minute, there's a blank. What do I put there? Well, it would be a 0. Remember, you get rid of the decimal and add a percent, so it would be 260%. Now, I need to go ahead and fix this one, make it back, which would be, if we remember correctly, 2 and 6/10. So let's make it look good. There we go. Now, what about 0.75? Well, once again, it's 75 hundredths. Well, what do? Simply, let's do it as a fraction first. It's 75 hundredths. That's just simply 75 over 100, which needs to be simplified. And 75 and 100, they can both be divided by 25 again. That would be 3 and 4. And this one over here, in order to get it to a percent, simply move it 2 places to the right, which gives us 75, and add the percent sign. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to show you this last one, and then you are done. Okay? Remember, percents are always out of 100. So if I wanted to go from the percent straight to the fraction, I could say that that is 3% out of 100. That's what it is, right? 3% out of 100, which would mean 3/100ths. Okay? Now, I also can take that 3/100ths. Think about it. That's 3/100ths, which could just be 3/100ths. Simple same thing. Now, I also could have done the decimal and moved it 2 places to the right, which would have just given me the same thing. Ladies and gentlemen, you can do them multiple ways. There you go. Now, here's the deal. I want you guys to do the remaining problems on this graphic organizer and show it to me before you move on. That's it. That's all I want. You're done. Good luck. I'm out.